This adventure begins in the White Forest. Elric stands at the end of a bridge while William runs as fast as he can, escaping from a furious crowd of enraged Kepris. William carries a large pure gold statue in the shape of a wolf in his arms. William cuts his cape to get rid of some Kepris that were clinging to it. When he reaches the end of the bridge, Elric, who was waiting for him, transforms his arms into bare arms with long claws in an attempt to cut the vines that hold the bridge. Unfortunately, he accidentally hits the gold statue, and it falls down the cliff along with hundreds of Kepris. Still startled and only left with the tail of the golden wolf as a consolation prize, Elric and William head towards the road in search of a new adventure that William had heard about. After a few hours of traveling, they start to notice a significant movement of people heading towards the port region in search of the new world. William and Elric find themselves in a small village surrounded by many travelers' tents. Elric notices a peculiar tent where sexual services are offered. Having been without a woman for some time, Elric decides to check it out. He is greeted by a woman with enormous breasts known as the Mother of All. With no money at all, Elric tries to negotiate with the Mother of All, and she presents him with a deal. If Elric avenges one of her daughters who was beaten, she will let him sleep with the daughter of his choice. Elric is certainly motivated, but his biggest motivation is his innocence and sense of justice. Entering the local tavern, he starts a fight while William tries to steal from unsuspecting adventurers. Caught off guard by a blow, Elric loses control and unleashes his powers, causing a great commotion. They are then expelled from the tavern. Moments before, our adventurers had met Valder, a representative of a group that aimed to recruit adventurers and travel to the New World. William follows Valder to the camp. Elric decides to meet with the Mother of All, sporting a beautiful black eye. Little did he know that this would be the last time he would see his friend William. Upon entering the Mother of All's cabin, Elric encounters a familiar figure, Lucan, the explosive barbarian. After some time of conversation, and many drinks, they decide it's time to confront the soldier who gave Elric his black eye. But on their way to find him, they come across the same guy trying to rob another familiar face to Elric, Drask, the renegade mage. Although Drask doesn't need much help, they decide to intervene and realize that the gang leader is the same aggressor of prostitutes and druids. After a heated exchange of arguments and threats, Lucan draws his sword, and the bandit takes refuge in a bar, screaming for help. A crowd quickly gathers, and they are all inclined to engage in a lynching. Drask manages to distance himself from the group, avoiding any consequences for himself. Outraged and feeling unjustly treated, Lucan and Elric decide to flee. Elric transforms into a large racehorse, and with some difficulty, Lucan manages to mount the horse. Within the forest, they decide to hunt to earn some silver and leave this accursed village behind. They manage to find a valuable prey. Elric devises an ambush plan, but Lucan fumbles and ends up receiving a strong blow, while the ghost bison escapes. Meanwhile, Drask travels in the Mother of All's cart towards the port capital. Suddenly, his cart is hit by the fleeing bison. Dazed and confused, he can see from a distance a blurred vision of a great saber-toothed tiger ridden by a familiar barbarian leaping towards the bison. The tiger and the barbarian fight the bison without much success, and Drask decides to help. With his mastery of mystical arts, he hits a magic missile in the bison's eye, bringing down the beast, but not before the animal inflicts a lethal blow to the barbarian. As the barbarian sees his life fade away, he has a vision. Death is calling him and offers a deal in exchange for Lucan's life, demanding a blood sacrifice from a specific animal. Elric, too, has disturbing visions of death. In his despair and the sight of his deceased friend, madness overtakes him, and he transforms into a giant wolf with green-yellow eyes, disappearing into the forest, never to be seen again.